There's a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen with football. Is there going to be a season? Is it going to be a modified season? Is it going to be a delayed season? Don't know. But there's a lot of opinions on the matter. Kirk Herbstreit shared his opinion last week, and that got a lot of attention because the word he used was shocked, quote, shocked, if there was football this year. I happen to disagree, mostly because of what we heard from a guy like Arthur Blank. So Arthur Blank was speaking to Peter King on Football Morning in America and said, quote, if I had to speculate now, and I use the word speculate because that's really all it is, I would say yes, meaning that the NFL would play a 16-game schedule this year. Quote, only because it's so far from where we are today. I could easily see camps being shorter, players being tested on a daily basis, things of that nature, no fan attendance, things like that. We may have fewer preseason games, which probably wouldn't be the end of the world. But I think by September, my hope is by the time the regular season starts that we'll be able to bring people together in some form or fashion, play in a safe manner. So keep in mind, that's Arthur Blank. Okay, that's a man worth $5 billion who owns the Home Depot, the Atlanta Falcons. Do you think a man who's worth $5 billion, who probably is pretty well connected, do you think he's guessing? Or do you think he's making a pretty educated statement based on the conversations he's had with other owners, the commissioner of the NFL, health executives, politicians, so on and so forth? I mean, let's not forget what the NFL touches. This isn't, I want to be clear, this isn't sports guy just desperate to get sports back. And I, like many people, I am very ready to have sports back in our lives. But consider what the NFL is, okay? The NFL, for 17 weeks, for 256 games and 13 playoff games, is jobs for stadium vendors at 32 different venues, parking attendants, security, ticket takers. That's just at the stadium. Merchandising, ticket sales, the revenue generated there, the cabbies and the Uber drivers around the stadium on game days, the restaurants, the bars, not just near the stadium, but anywhere. Think about Pluckers in Baton Rouge. How many people go there on a Saturday to watch college games, on a Sunday to watch the NFL? The TV networks for their programming, the ad revenue that funnels through it, the marketing dollars, fantasy football, sports books. Think about the billions of dollars, literally among 32 teams. The NFL, when you talk about everything it touches, it's literally trillions of dollars that start circulating through our economy that it is either directly or indirectly responsible for. It's a massive thing for our country to have football back. And I think Arthur Blank knows that. And the flip side of it is you got a guy like Mike Florio. Now, Mike Florio runs Pro Football Talks, a national football guy, pretty well connected among football circles and all that stuff. And Mike Florio doesn't think there's going to be a season. Mike Florio said it's not ridiculous to envision all 2020 games being played in empty stadiums. He said, as the reality of life amid the coronavirus pandemic continues to sink in, the NFL needs to be sinking its teeth into the reality that a normal football season won't happen this year. So you got an owner saying, yeah, I think we're going to get 16 games in somehow, some way. You got a national media member saying, normal football season ain't going to happen. That's going to be your reality. And what Mike Florio proposed is to find a place literally in the middle of nowhere, I'm reading, and build enough fields to play the various games on a given Sunday and enough rooms to house the players, coaches, trainers, broadcasters, etc. for 17 weeks of football and 4 weeks of the postseason. Another possibility would be to add to the football facility at the Greenbrier in West Virginia, which currently has 710 rooms. It says this kind of approach could preserve the TV money. Basically, Mike Florio is trying to create the BioDome.
where 5 scientists are about to be sealed off from every conceivable form of contamination.
Mike Florio
one.
Mike Florio is trying to create BioDome. He's going Pauly Shore on us. He wants Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin. He wants Sean Payton and Roger Goodell in a BioDome for a year. What an idiot. Yeah. Let's take 32 NFL teams, their 53-man rosters, coaches, support staff, medical staff, and let's bring them to a remote part of the planet and lock them away for 17 weeks of the regular season and then 5 weeks during the postseason. Let's take all these humans and just lock them away for half a year and video it all. Oh, moron. So again, billionaire owner of an NFL team, dude who wants the NFL to exist in the BioDome. Who do you believe?